Hello, everybody. Happy November week. I can't believe we're already in November. It is all about bears and how they like to hibernate. I'm not sure if you knew what hibernate meant. You're probably also very smart and know already, but in case you didn't know, hibernate means sleeping all winter long. There are quite a few animals that like to sleep all winter long. I wish I was one of them. I don't really care for the cold so much. It would be so fun to just cozy in someplace really comfy and warm and sleep until the weather gets nice again. But I guess I would miss the snow. Maybe it wouldn't be that fun to sleep all throughout the winter. And then I would miss Christmas. And that wouldn't be fun either. So there are some good things about winter. But bears definitely like to sleep all winter long. And I think since there are other animals that like to hibernate too. I don't know why we always think about bears when it comes to hibernating. Probably because they're just so big. It's hard to believe that an animal that big will want to sleep all winter long. I have a really cute story all about a bear who just snores on, even though all of his friends decide to kind of creep into the cave and sneak in there because it's so cozy and warm. They want to come in out of the cold. But a bear gets very, very grumpy when he gets woken up. So they're kind of taking a chance going into this bear's cave while he's sleeping and trying to hibernate. But let's see what happens in the story Bear Snores On by Karma Wilson. One of my favorites. I love the pictures. The illustrations are very, very fun. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the cold, cold, long winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Do you see him in there in his cave? So cozy and warm. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold winds howl, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. So cozy. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights wee twigs with a small, hot spark. Now it's even cozier in there, nice and warm. The coals pip-pop, and the wind doesn't stop. But that didn't wake the bear up. The bear snores on. Think somebody else will come into the cave? There he is, two glowing eyes. Sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. Hare is a fancy name for a bunny or a rabbit. "Oh, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Cooking up nice warm things to warm up their bellies. So cold out there in the snow. Mouse sips wee slurps. Uh-oh, Hare burps big burps. Burp! Oh, did the bear wake up? Good. The bear snores on. Because they're afraid if the bear wakes up, they might get in trouble for sneaking into his cave. A badger scuttles by and sniffs at the air. "Oh, I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share." "I brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in." Wow. They gather a lot of food. Oh, those nuts are very loud, though. They nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. Don't be too loud. Oh, good. The bear didn't wake up. The bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. They live underground. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "Whoa, what a night!" "Tweet, tweet, what a storm!" twitters wren. And everybody clutters in the great bear's den. Everybody wants to be in there because it's so cozy. Oh my goodness. They tweet and they titter. They chat and they chitter. But the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Can't believe it, he's a heavy sleeper. Hare stokes the fire, and Mouse seasons stew. Yum. Oh no, then a small pepper fleck makes the bear. What happens when pepper gets in your nose? I think you know what's going to happen. It got in the bear's nose. And the bear went, "Whoa, whoa, choo!" He blows and he sneezes and the whole crowd freezes. What is that bear going to do? He sees all of them that snuck into his cave. Oh boy, the bear wakes up. He gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. Uh-oh, everybody's running away. Very grumpy when he's woken up from a nap. "Oh, you snuck in my lair and you've all had fun. But me, I was sleeping, and I have had none." He whimpers and he moans, he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. He missed the whole party. He's sad, not mad. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn. We can brew more tea." Now they can all have a party together. The bear won't miss anything. Oh, look how happy everybody is. Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. He spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, guess what? Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Oh my goodness, they were partying all throughout the night, and they're all so tired. But poor Bear. Bear's the one that's supposed to be sleeping all winter long, and now he can't sleep. Uh-oh. The end. Hopefully he can go back to sleep. And that's the story of Bear Snores On. There are a lot of books about Bear and all of his friends here in the library. If you liked this one by Karma Wilson, there are others in the series too that you can read. All of them have so much fun together in all of the other stories. So that's great. I hope you enjoyed that story and all of the projects that I gave to you. I will show you what I thought would be fun. It's a sleeping bear. You can make the bear from the story if you want to recreate the bear, a sleeping bear. I gave you lots of things in a little baggie. There's cut up tissue paper squares already, and there's all the parts to the bear's face too. There's a muzzle. I gave you a nose that you can glue on it. And this is the mouth part of it for the bear. So you know I have a bear nose and mouth. And his eyes have to be 2 slits because he's sleeping. When your eyes are closed, it kind of looks like they're 2 rectangular shapes. So those are the 2 eyes. And then I have 2 ears that were cut out already too. And then they can be stapled onto the face of your bear, which we are hoping you have at home, a paper plate to be the face. And I already pre-glued my tissue paper squares on there so it looks like a fluffy brown bear face. And then you just need your glue. I have glue here to glue on all of the face parts. So we'll put the muzzle on first. I think it's fun. I turn into a bear. Let's see. So you can use a stick if you have stick glue, or if you have Elmer's glue in the bottle, that's good too. Both will work. I used the stick glue for the tissue paper at home. Now let's see. We can get our nose stuck on our muzzle. So that goes on to the bottom of the plate. And where do you think the eyes go? Right above? Let's do that. So we can make our bear sleeping. Very fun. Some of you might have done this ahead of time, but I wanted to show you what mine looks like as I'm doing it. I think it's fun to do crafts. Do you like doing crafts? It's very fun for me to do a nice sample craft for all of you. Oh, there he is. He's sleepy, but he looks a little funny without something that we didn't add yet. What goes up on top? He needs to hear. So he needs ears, right? I'm gluing my ears on, but I wrote in your instructions that maybe you should use a stapler, because if you want to play with it right away or display it right away, sometimes the glue doesn't dry right away. So you might want to staple them on. But glue works too if you just want to use glue. So fun. Let's see it. Putting the other ear on, and it will really look like a bear. I put it in the back. Glued it to the back. There is the bear. We made the bear from Bear Snores On. Now he can go to sleep in his cave. Such a cute face. If you want, you can send me a picture to see show me how yours turns out. But that is your sleeping bear craft. Hopefully you have lots of fun with that. And then I also put in a game, and you can play this with anything you want. If you have toy bears at home, or if you want to make other animals, toy animals that you have at home, sleep in the cave. If you don't want to use gummy bears, because I put some gummy bears in there, a bear counting game. So you have to know how to count with this. If you have a dice at home, then you roll the dice and you count how many dots are on there. And then you can put your bears in the cave. But I skipped a step. I also gave you a bowl, a little paper bowl that you can turn upside down, and you just need to paint it with brown paint. If you have brown paint at home, to make it look like a cave. So maybe you could even cut a little door in it first. I forgot my scissors, they're upstairs. I wanted to show you how to cut an arc. You must know what an arc is because we were talking about shapes. So it's almost like a half circle cut into the bowl to make a door so your bears can fit in. And then you can roll the dice and count how many numbers you get, how many dots, to know how many bears will go inside the cave to hibernate. And you can also do it the other way too. You can do it backwards. Once all the bears are in there, then you can roll the dice again and see how many you can take out or how many you might want to eat. Pop in your mouth, but not all of them at the same time. I gave you quite a few gummy bears, so we don't want any tummy aches. So make sure you don't eat all of them at the same time. That wouldn't be a good idea. So that is your bear cave counting game that you can play with once the gummy bears are gone, or if you don't want to use gummy bears, you can use other things like Teddy Grahams. Those are crackers that are shaped like bears, little cookies, or anything else that you want to play that game with. There are other animals that hibernate too, we had mentioned. There's a book that goes along with this activity called Hibernation Station. I wanted to read you Bear Snores On, so I didn't read this one today, but it's by Michelle Meadows. And it's another lovely book about all the animals that like to hibernate and sleep all winter long. And it comes with an activity that I found on Pinterest. I just love Pinterest. But it is a book that you can make. My Little Book of Animals That Hibernate. So it helps you remember what animals sleep all through the winter. Of course, you're going to remember the bear. But then you can make this book and cut out all of the animals that I gave to you and maybe even color them in if you want, make it more colorful. So this is the cover of the book, and then make sure you put your name on there. It's a mini book made by you. You can make your own book. And these are all the animals that hibernate all winter long. I didn't know that raccoons hibernated all winter long, but they do. Also mice and squirrels. You don't really see too many squirrels all through the winter. They're so busy gathering nuts all through the fall, so they have some food to nibble on all before they go to sleep for a long winter's nap. And snakes. And what else here? Groundhogs, bats, frogs, turtles, hedgehogs, snails, and even skunks. Yeah, we don't really see too many skunks around here. But they hibernate, that's for sure. So hopefully you'll have fun making your own book too and coloring that in and making it special. A book made by you. And those are all the activities that I planned for you for this week. But next week, I have another special thing planned, another theme, cozy, cozy patterns. So I say cozy, you know that I like things that are warm, especially in the winter. So you can make patterns on a quilt. So that's what I was thinking about, it being cozy, because now that it's starting to get a little chillier out there, it'll be good to design your own fun blanket and make patterns. We'll talk more about patterns next week. But hopefully you had fun today, and have a good first week of November, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.